Hello. So it's been 2 days. It's been. I'll get to it. So to cover yesterday, May 8th, day 7th, I think. Yes, day 7. We did a lot yesterday. We got up and went downstairs and had a choice between Japanese breakfast and a Western style breakfast, and we both had Japanese style breakfast. It's a lot of interesting taste and flavors and things that I had no idea what they were, but I ate them anyway. I think the only thing I kind of left on the plate was, or on the tray of several dishes, was the cold tofu. I tried a bit of it, but in general, I'm not a huge fan of tofu. I've had it a couple times a year in ways that are actually quite delicious. But just the cold, creamy tofu, just by itself, not that exciting. And considering the fact that I'm always getting full off of these meals anyway, I figured it's okay to leave that part. And after that, Kiku came and picked us up, and we took the bus to. Honestly, I do not know the names of a couple of these places. She took us to a couple of temples. They're really awesome and really beautiful. But so many things were happening. We just kind of followed along, and I had some awesome pictures, and we learned some really cool things, and it was just really, really nice. And then after that, I think the first temple that we went to that was on our list of things to do was Kinkaku-ji. So my very first cover photo that I put on Facebook to announce that I was going to be going to Japan for the month of May, I found an awesome picture of an awesome temple, and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And it turns out that I researched it, it was Kinkaku-ji, so I really wanted to go see it. And it is awesome and incredible. It's the one with the gold pavilion, just kind of sitting out in the middle of the water. It is incredible, absolutely gorgeous. There's a lot of other things there at that temple that are really impressive. But I mean, wow. It was well worth it. So we, went through all of that, and as we were leaving there was a bunch of food vendors and stalls and things like that. So we got to have a lot of fun samples of foods and desserts. Very tasty for the palate. And from there, we went to have lunch. We walked over to an area, took the bus and then walked over to an area to have lunch. It was a really delicious lunch, also very filling. We got there much earlier than Kiku had anticipated because she wanted to make sure we were there to see the Maiko show. And the Maikos are the geisha in training, and you can really only see geisha anymore in Kyoto. So for the month of May, this restaurant happened to have Maikos coming and performing at different times of the day. So we happened to be there at just the right time to be able to catch this show. And I got some wonderful pictures, and I also actually videotaped one of her performances, so that's up on Google Photos. It's absolutely incredible. She did was it 3 or 4? 3 different dances, and they had kind of questions and answers, so you can ask her things, and depending on which language you asked her in, that's what she'd answer in. So she did speak English. Excellent English. But that was really impressive and incredible, and we got to take pictures with her. I found out today that she thought Ali was my brother. I was taking pictures. She's like, get in a picture with your sister or something like that. But that's better than assuming that we were together in some sort of romantic way. So I appreciate that assumption much better. I'd rather him be my brother, younger brother. I think that's what he was. He was my younger brother. There's my younger brother. So after that, we made the trek over to Kiyomizu-dera, which is a temple that's way up, like way up. So I don't know if it's a mountain or a hill, it's just really way up there. It's quite the climb. And there's a lot of, since it's such a popular temple to visit, there are a lot of vendors on the way up there. So saw a lot of really awesome looking food and just interesting things for sale. And get up to the temple, and it's under they're restoring it and working on it at the time, and they don't use nails when they build these things. So with all the scaffolding that's around it, you can look and see it's just tied together with some sort of wire or something, some strong wire. I got pictures of it, but yeah, they don't use nails when they were building all of these things. And according to Ali, they never even used blueprints to build these things. They just, I don't know, somehow knew what they were doing, and it came out perfect. So yeah, that was impressive. And there was a lot of cool things all the way, throughout the temple. There's some cool pictures. We eventually, you get to the part where I think it's the pure water temple. So they have water that just comes cascading down the side that you can drink. So there's a portion where people do that. You put your little, I guess it's a cup on the end of a long wooden stick, and you put it out there to catch water, and then you rinse off your hand, and then you can drink it. And it was actually really good and refreshing. I think I mentioned on one of my first videos that I had injured myself on the plane. I did something to my left foot, and it's swollen, and then my right foot had swollen as well, and it had gotten much better, so close to back to normal that I stopped icing it at night, and so it swelled back up again, really, really bad. Yesterday was extremely painful for me, going and doing all the walking, and I was determined to keep going and not stop because I didn't come all the way here to not see all these beautiful things. So we ended up having to take a break. They had nice little resting areas at Kiyomizu-dera, so we rested there for a while, and then we left, and on the way back down got some wonderful sweet like icy things. I got a melon one with condensed milk, which was absolutely delicious. And then we passed another vendor that had free samples, and I just reached over and tried one, and she said spicy, and I tried it. A lot of people say spicy, and it's not spicy. This was ridiculously spicy. It hurt. It hurt really bad. And I like spicy food. This did not go away. This didn't go away for a while. My tongue was kind of ruined for the rest of the night. It just didn't feel right. That was really spicy stuff. So we continued down the mountain, and then Kiku showed us an alley, a particular alley that people often search for, and we walked through there, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The houses that are there, these are houses that people actually live in, and not just the ones that happen to be restaurants or some sort of business. And we stopped and talked to a lady who was sweeping outside of her place. We also happened to wander right past a store that had Studio Ghibli stuff in it. I saw the little sign. It had Totoro from my neighbor Totoro. And so went in and looked around and had some nice pictures there. We left there and went to Daimaru, which is a department store in downtown Kyoto. Really fancy department store, one of the multi-level ones. And when we got there, Kiku took us around the corner to a food market, which is just this really long, I don't know if you can call it an alley. It didn't seem like a full-on street. It must have been an alley. But it's a food market with just stalls that just kept on going endlessly. We didn't actually get to the end of it. We ended up turning around and going back to Daimaru and going upstairs and having dinner. And once again, another awesome meal. And after that, I was already past done, so we made it back here, and I iced my foot, and the decision was made that I was not going to go out today. I needed to stay off my feet, give my foot a chance to kind of heal up and rest, which was a really good idea. It actually happened to be the first day that it rained here, so I didn't go out in that either. But Kiku came over this morning, and she brought me these, I don't know, these sticky pads. I guess they're kind of like the icy hot pads you can buy. And she wrapped them all over my feet. Those felt amazing, and she brought me some Tiger Balm, which is a whole bunch of oils put together, which, you rub on your skin, and they smell awesome and amazing. So I'm going to have to keep myself from using it just because it smells good. But I kept my feet up and just tried to rest today. I still ate. I went downstairs, and this time I had the Western style breakfast, because I guess the concern is that maybe my feet are swelling regardless of the injury because of the fact that Japanese food apparently has a high sodium content, and so maybe I'm just swelling because of that. So I figured maybe if I try the Western style breakfast and there's things there that I recognize, I'll have a better idea of the sodium content. I really don't know. It was delicious, regardless. And then Ollie, he went to the International Manga Museum, which is actually down the street. He's there for a few hours. He absolutely loved it. So if you're into manga, apparently this is the place to go. Impressive stuff there. Yeah, he came back and he brought me some food since he knew I wasn't going anywhere. And so I, ate some goodies here. It's very interesting trying to eat a bowl of instant ramen without chopsticks. It is possible. And then he went out a little bit later. He found a co-op here, the Kyoto co-op, and so he went over there and grabbed some more goodies. And and then we've been watching Japanese TV. Some interesting things on, some game shows, I guess some politics, some dramas. He knows and understands them much better than I do, but they can still be quite entertaining, and I guess a great way to learn the language. So that's this evening. We check out tomorrow, and today I found us a great spot in Airbnb. We're really excited to go see, especially because it's got elevators, so I'm not dragging those bags up and down stairs, because I found some great places at great prices, but they were like on the 5th and 6th floor of places that have no elevators, and usually these places have really tight stairwells. So found an awesome spot, and seems to be a brand new building, so that should be cool. And we'll be right by Kyoto Station, so that'll be nice as well. So that's today, and I'll catch you up tomorrow and continue to try and do these daily until unless something happens, like I'm just worn out and exhausted and hurt and can't. But doing much better and ready for the adventure to continue. So thanks for watching. Bye.